What's going on, guys? Isaac here once again, playing some more Medieval 2 Total War. I feel like I start my videos out like that every single time, but I decided to change it up and not look at my general at the very beginning. Instead, we're looking at this dude right here. He's looking at his shoe. He probably stepped in something that we don't want to know about. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. Well, I'm playing some more Medieval 2 Total War, playing as New Spain. Well, I guess you can consider it New Spain. I don't know. We're just gonna call it Spain. And I have one crossbow militia. 3 units of musketeers, 4 units of these awesome dismounted conquistadores. These guys are really awesome. I have 5 units of Tarico pikemen. Pretty decent, actually really decent pikemen. My general's bodyguard, as usual. And then 3 units of conquistadores who are mounted. And finally, I have a basilisk, which is a supposedly very good cannon. So let's go ahead and look and see what my opponent brought. He's playing as the Turks. He has 5 Turkish horse archers. Interesting decision to do that. Let's see, what else does he have? He has, let's see, 3 units of halberd militia, 4 units of janissary musketeers, and once again, someone put their general with their musketeers. You kidding me? 2 units of nafatoons, some more halberd militia, so 6 in total, and some peasants. Yay! So, let's go ahead and look and see what's going on my side of battle. I'm looking at it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot these Jeanettes. These are javelin throwing calves. I'm terribly sorry, Jeanettes. Don't feel disheartened. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. My musketeers are equal to his, I believe. And I have a small hill advantage, but I'm not going to use it that much. But I am going to eagerly take on this missile engagement because I have a cannon and I can, spread my guys out. He does have more horse archers than me, but let's go ahead and hit play and just see what goes on. Look at that. These guys go ahead and open fire. And I don't even know what they're shooting at. They're shooting at these guys. They took down, wow, quite a few. 7? Yep. 7 guys in that one unit in the first volley of battle. So, pretty devastating first engagement for my opponent. And he's going to run up here and get somewhat of a balanced hill, I guess you can consider it. Now, at the meantime, I'm using my army, and I'm going to actually... I was going to say I was using my cannon, but actually I'm using my army by moving them. And I'm going to kind of equal things out. I'm also going to use these guys, Jeanettes. I don't know Spanish, I'm sorry. But they're just going to throw some javelins in here, and those have to be painful. Did I get any kills? Yeah, I got a couple kills. Yeah, they're down quite a few guys. And so he's going to rush up his Arabian Light Cavalry, who are hidden. And my guys are just going to run away. They are going to get a couple kills, but that's fine. I'm also gonna throw some javelins at these guys. You notice what my opponent's doing here. He's just forming up these giant circles right in front of my army. That's fine by me, because my crossbowmen and musketeers will eagerly start shooting at them. Especially watching this close up. These 3 don't want to fire, actually. They're just gonna step aside and let their comrades do it. And I have no idea what they're doing now. Well, alrighty then. We'll go with that. Now over here, I'm just
Our men are under attack.
wasting
We must
my
act now.
opponent's time. This is quite hilarious. He decides to go ahead and chase me down with his light cav. That's fine. I'll throw javelins at him. Entire way. My guys are just as fast, if not faster than his guys, so I don't mind at all. Just, showering them with a couple of javelins and wasting this time, because over here basically nothing's going on. I'm just using my cannon, and I'm just gonna pick some of these guys off. That, oh, man, that looked painful. Direct hit right into his musketeers, so give me someone of an advantage. But let's go ahead and look at what my opponent has to deal with. I should also mention that I am using my Turk cavalry force. I'm going to swing them over here on my left side, just to kind of psych my opponent out. Oh, on over here, he decides to do a hit run with one of his light cavalry units. I use my pikemen. I'm just going to rush him over here so he can't do it again. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much that he killed a couple of these guys. I can still fire a cannon afterwards, so whatever. With that one hit in the musketeer unit, they've done what I asked. But we're going to watch them go ahead and load and watch a shot go out. Because basically, this battle was a very long missile engagement, which neither of us took better. Ooh! Oh man, that looked painful. That musketeer unit had a very bad day. I also got some of his halberd militia as they were marching through there. So very painful for my opponent. And that, you know, that cannon's doing all that I'm wanting it to. Pretty soon I'm going to start focusing on his halberd militia. Should have been doing that in the very beginning because I'm not too concerned about musketeers. They can they can hold their own in a fight. Don't underestimate them at all. They're definitely a very good unit. I have to say that looks quite cool on the minimap, the rotations of his horses.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
But eventually my cannons will fire again. I'd like to see, from his perspective, what it looks like. Oh, here comes one. Oh man, those peasants had a very bad day. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, they're shaking. No big surprise there. And over here I want to mention, yes, I believe it already happened. My cavalry unit ran out of missiles, so I just charged him in and caused quite a few casualties actually. You know, this is down 25, this one's down 28. They had more damage, you know, through melee instead of just throwing javelins at them. So at this point in time, I see what's going on. I actually lost my crossbow unit, so that's fine by me. Cannon gets off one more shot, two more shots. Gonna cause somewhat damage, but he's gonna use his light cavalry and charge these guys. Eventually I see it and use my pikes to kind of drive them out, but unfortunately they're pretty slow, especially in pike formation. These guys are probably gonna get caught and killed. I hope that guy goes down. No, oh yes, he does get taken down. Here he's charging it with oh, I thought he was charging.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
He will charge my musketeers with his light cav. That's fine by me. I really, like I said, do not care, because this is the main focus right here, is going up against his guys. Now, I'm going to pause it and do a quick overview of what I'm doing with each of my troops. So, these 4 units of pikemen, I'm swinging these guys right here on this line, unfortunately, right in front of this unit, peasants, essentially. They're going to form up right in front of it. I don't think you can see my mouse cursor, unfortunately. Now, these 2 dismounted conquistadors, they are swinging on the side of these halberd militia, and my other 2 dismounted conquistadors over here, they're just gonna walk in front of these halberd militia, and they're just gonna pin these guys down basically, and see how whittled down they were, because actually they got quite a few devastating cannon shots into them. So my cannon did what I wanted to do. Plus, my guys could easily win and fight against these guys if they're just militia. Back over here, unfortunately musketeers do break, but that's fine by me. Like I said, I already used them, and they will eventually come out, you know, come back. And eventually my pikemen should be marching over here.
We must act now
to stab those guys in the face. But let's go ahead and watch this engagement on what's going on, not in. But here I'm going to charge forth. Interesting how they actually had a angle on these guys. So he's going to take this charge pretty heavily. These guys didn't charge in very much. Same time, my other units of conquistadores are charging in. And here comes my pikemen. They're gonna go up against these peasants. It's like 3 units of pikemen against these peasants. I'm sure you can imagine who would win. They're not putting their pikes down, which is very annoying at times. But here I use this spare unit of pikemen to go against his very annoying halberd militia. There you see these guys go ahead and break. I actually lost a unit of conquistadores, but I rushed my general up very quickly, and he's going to provide a morale boost to everyone, and they will come back. Yep. Here you can see the peasant engagement once again.
Only half the enemy force remain.
Alright, so while my forces are slowly converging upon my enemy, slowly moving off the hill, I'm using
Our
my
men are under
cavalry.
attack. We must act now.
Man, I hate the advisor. I wish he would go die in a hole, please. I'm using my cavalry, and I'm going to split my opponent's focus. He only has 1 Turkish horse archer right here. He has some musketeers behind his ranks, and I think, is he shooting his own guys? No, they got a little bit of a, you know, chance to shoot over their guys. I think, I hope, for his sake. But I'm swinging very far left with that unit, and I'm
Our
just forming
men
on
are
this
under
side.
attack. We need
Here,
to act.
forming up my conquistadores up in front, but mostly I want to focus on what I'm doing with my cavalry. Put them probably a little bit too far back, those guys, but I'm going to move them a little bit farther. So while my infantry line is attacking, I'm going to be able to hold them in position and use my cavalry to the utmost effect. Here, go ahead and charge his horse archers. Not even going to stand a chance at all. And here you can see, actually use conquistadores to stop and hammer anvil coming in from light cavalry. That's what caused those guys to rout that I talked about, or will talk about. Here, do a side charge. Doesn't end the best for my guys because it is halberd militia I'm charging into. But because his horse archers there are pretty much done, I can go ahead and swing around, and this charge should be pretty effective. Yep, those guys went flying. Got a nice charge on halberd militia as well.
The enemy are badly blooded.
And caused
They
a
have
rout
lost
of
half their
halberd
men.
militia actually, which is very helpful for me because they are his only true melee fighting force. Here I form up conquistadors again, and I'm going to charge in very soon. Alright, now the video's back together. You can see these hammered anvils coming in from my conquistadores on the side. Some more is going to come in. Let's go ahead and see how devastating this is, if it is at all. No, it's not going to be a very devastating charge, unfortunately. We're just going to stab some people, not exactly cut them down with lances. That's probably going to
men are
waver
under
these.
attack.
Oh, they're actually
We
still
must
eager.
act now.
That's probably his general unit. But essentially you can see, battle is pretty much in my favor. I'm rushing some pikemen over here. I used a unit of conquistadores also to completely destroy his horse archers, who just stood still. And now, pull my guys back out and go ahead and charge right
Our
back
men
in.
have slain the Saracen general.
And there,
Now
is the
we
general.
must send his men running back
Boom,
to the desert.
look at this route. Contagious all across the line. And that's completely understandable because my opponent brought a lot of very weak infantry.
All of Christendom will be
melee units.
awed by the victory
And my
we have
opponent
won
sees that he
here
is completely
today.
screwed, so he decides to go ahead and admit defeat. So, what did my opponent do wrong? Well, like I said, General Neith's crossbowmen, what am I talking about? Janissary musketeers are incredibly good at melee. But he brought, I think, too many of them, plus, 2 units of Nafatoons, and just having halberd militia to back him up. Nothing they can really do to stand up against my dismounted conquistadores. You can see all of the death right here. So my conquistadores, I knew I had the complete and total melee advantage. I wanted to have some fun with my pikemen, just using them to back up. He also brought a lot of horse archers, 5 units of horse archers and just, some light cavalry. That probably was not a very good idea. Light cavalry is very situational, and he used them correctly. I would say that. You know, he took care of my cannon, but my cannon did what it's supposed to do. And let's actually go ahead and look at stats. Got 34 kills. And that is plenty for me. Because, I mean, I'm not asking a lot out of these guys. Look at that, 141 with a Conquistador unit. Let's look at some of the other kills. My pikemen did barely anything. That's understandable. Pikemen aren't that good. 80 Conquistadores. Decent kills from my musketeers. 40 kills with my missile cabs. So they did very well. I also, because I had the heavy cav advantage, my opponent couldn't question that at all. There's nothing he could do to stand up against that. So I just did hammer anvils, and you saw, you know, how quickly these guys broke. You know, one cycle charge, and they, you know, lost a general. Everyone died. Also, I cannot inform you guys enough about this. Do not put your general in missile unit. Please stop doing that. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And we'll catch you guys in the next chapter.